Welcome, everybody. It's your host, Izzy. This is the Redzone Report post-game show right here live on the Built-in Buffalo YouTube, X, and Facebook account. Buffalo Bills just beat the Cincinnati Bengals 39-35, getting that Joe Burrow monkey off their back. So, guys, let's talk about it. What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. And tomorrow will be Happy Victory Monday. Let's go, baby. The Buffalo Bills are currently working on their sweep of the AFC North. They've beaten the Ravens. They've beaten Steelers. They've beaten the Bengals. And I'll be at the Cleveland Browns game in Cleveland on December 21st. If you're going to be there, holler at your boy. I'll be around. But let's go, Buffalo. Sandra L. King in the building. I see you. Let's go. Josh Allen and these Buffalo Bills delivering on the holiday season, bringing holiday cheer, beating the Bengals. The first time they've beaten Joe Burrow. And, man, 39-34. We knew it was going to be something like this if we were going to win this game. And, man, performances by Christian Benford, A.J. Epinesa, Josh Allen, and the tight ends. Dawson Knox had a day. Man, oh, man, what a game this turned out to be. Buffalo Bills trailing all the way up until the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden the Bills storm back for the comeback victory. Whew. If your heart's not pumping, you don't have a soul, okay? Because this was wild. Buffalo Bills are now 6-1 at home. They're 9-4 in the season. And, man, it's going to be a nice little race to the end. Cannot wait to see how the season turns out. We still have hopes for the division, but that's going to be a tall task with the Patriots. They need to lose to the Jets or the Dolphins, which the Dolphins are actually playing pretty well, so that could come to fruition. We'll see what happens there, but man, oh, man. And that win against the Steelers last week all of a sudden doesn't look so bad because they're right now beating the Baltimore Ravens 27-22. And I know we beat them like 26-7 or something like that, but yeah, they're not looking terrible today. But, man, Joe Burrow, he had himself a solid day other than the two picks, 25 of 36, 284 yards, 4 touchdowns, but the 2 picks. He was sacked once for 8 yards, passer rating of 106.7. But Josh Allen on the other side, 22 of 28, 251, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 0 fumbles. He was sacked 3 times for 18 yards, but, that's going to happen sometimes, especially when the Bengals are all out blitzing to get to him. That happens. 139.7 passer rating. Josh Allen balled out today. James Cook had a solid day. He had 80 yards on 18 carries, 4.4 per carry. But he did have those 2 fumbles. One went out of bounds, no big deal. The other one on the goal line almost cost us the game. But he recovered it. Josh Allen, 9 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown. So 4 touchdowns today for Josh. No turnovers. He had 8.7 yards per carry. And that 40-yard touchdown, they said, was the longest of his career. I'd have to double-check that because I'm not sure if that's true. If I remember correctly, the one against the Steelers in the playoffs might have been longer, but I could be wrong. Ty Johnson, 2 carries, 25 yards. He was clutch, getting us in the first down position. We had 183 rushing yards, 233 passing yards due to the sacks being subtracted. But if you don't subtract the sacks, 251. Dawson Knox had himself a day. 6 catches for 93 yards. No tutties. He should have had that touchdown, but, he bobbled it. Dalton Kincaid, 4 for 41 and a touchdown. The tight ends came through today. And we all know that the Bengals, not very good against tight ends. James Cook, 2 catches, 31 yards. Gabe Davis, 2 catches, 21 yards. Khalil Shakir, 2 for 16 and a touchdown. Tyrell Shavers, 1 for 16. Keon Coleman, 2 for 16. Ty Johnson, 2 for 14. Jackson Hawes, 1 for 3 and a touchdown. The Buffalo Bills balled out today. The offense looked like they had a sense of, creativity. They had some creativity. Now, it looked like they lacked it in some spots, but man, oh man. My lady Sandra L. King in the building. Knox was a trooper, and Kincaid. Yes, they were. They were the reasons I believe we truly won this game. The big matchup next week. Can't wait. Must win. Let's go. Everything is a must win from now on. As long as we're the 7th seed, that's just how it's going to be. My man Byron. Very intelligent comment. Very intelligent comment. It's must win the rest of the way. Doug Augie. Woo! Let's go, baby. It's a Ric Flair fest in here. Woo! Been a minute. What's up, Is? Hey, I know it's been a minute, Doug. Happy to have you back. Stick around. Josh is him. Yes, he is. My man Jacob. Sorry, Mr. Phone Call, but I've been busy, so I try and get a hold of you whenever I can. But glad you're here at the show. My guy Izzy, our defense getting them turnovers and help us out in the end. Yes, sir. AJ Epinesa with that clutch interception to give the offense the ball back on a short field so that we can go down there and score. Beautiful day. So it was nice to see Dawson have a day like that. Yes, because he's a better tight end than what his stats say. If we didn't draft Kincaid, he'd be our number 1 tight end right now. He'd probably put up 700 yards a year. But since Kincaid's here, Knox is kind of on the back burner. But Knox is supremely happy to be in Buffalo. He is an ultimate Buffalo Bill, selfless. And today was his day. And I'm happy that he had it. I wish he would have got over 100 today. That would have been a beautiful thing. See, the D won it with the turnovers. Don't sleep on the offense. The D had their turnovers, but they did allow 35 points. So you expect that with Burrow and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and Mike Gesicki had himself a solid day too. But man, it was good. Monday will be better. Monday is going to be awesome. And I'm off tomorrow, so yeah, buddy. It's going to be a good day tomorrow. See, back-to-back INT makes up for Cook's fumbles. Exactly. Very true. Great game. Great game by Peggy Barber. Let's go. Let's go. We got the usuals in the building. Sandra King, John Robert. David Boyle's not as regular, but hey, happy to have you back here, buddy. My man Kim Boomhauer. That's my guy right there. Love him to death. I hope all the health stuff is going well for you, buddy. I've been paying attention. Don't think I don't see you. But man, oh man, what a day. Now the Bengals, their offense had a good day too. T. Higgins, who I don't know how he kept coming back into the game. He's clearly concussed. There should be an investigation into the Bengals for this nonsense that was T. Higgins. 6 catches, 92 yards. And I'm not saying it because he had a successful day, but dude kept hitting his head on the ground, right? That's not healthy. That's not okay, right? 92 yards through the air. He had an outstanding day other than the hits to the head on the ground. The Bills weren't playing dirty. He just, he was going for it. And so happened to be that he just couldn't keep his balance and his head contacted the ground. It's not a good sight to see. I hate to see that for anybody. Now, Mike Gesicki had himself a day, 6 catches on 6 targets, 86 yards and a tutty. Jamar Chase was basically held in check for most of the game. 5 catches on 8 targets, 44 yards. Christian Benford had this dude locked down, right? He had him locked down. The only time he really had success was in the slot against Taron Johnson and Jordan Poyer on one play. But other than that, Jamar Chase was basically taking away this game. Very good strategy by the Buffalo Bills to take away the best receiver in the NFL. Andre Yoshivas was their third receiver, 2 for 17. Noah Fant had a catch for 15 yards. Chase Brown had, a touchdown, but only 3 catches for 12. And Tanner Hudson, 1 for 11. Samaje Perine, 1 for 7. They only had 62 yards on the ground. So the defense, again, bowed up and only allowed 3.3 yards per carry, 19 carries, 62 yards, and 1 touchdown. and that was by Chase Brown. We expected Chase Brown to, probably carry the ball a little bit more than 12 times, but when the Bills started throwing the ball and created this shootout that is, the Bengals had to get away from the run. And, they threw it 36 times. The Bills only threw it 38 times. We ran it 29 times for 183 on the ground, 6.3 per carry. So the Buffalo Bills took over this game on offense and on defense. But the fact is, the Bengals in points, they were close, right? Even with all that, even with the domination the Buffalo Bills had, the Bengals were still able to put points. And that's really what matters. No one cares if you only have 200 yards. If you put up 40 points, a win's a win, no matter how many yards you got. And that was the game there. The Bengals, defense, I would say played well, but they really didn't. Geno Stone, 9 tackles. Jordan Battle, 9 tackles. Those are the safeties. So that means that we were getting to the second level. Barrett Carter, 7. Joseph Osai, 5, and a tackle for a loss. Geno Stone had a sack and 2 tackles for a loss. The Bills ate their defense alive. Now, the Buffalo Bills defense, Jordan Poyer led us with tackles today with 8. Shaq Thompson had 6. Shaq Thompson makes this defense so much better. He just does. Cole Bishop, 6 tackles. Taron Johnson, 5. Taron Johnson had a rough day today. Matt Milano, 5 tackles. Matt Milano, we didn't really say much about him, which both could be a good or bad thing. I think he had a pretty good day. He was a sure tackler, and he did what he had to do today. Deion Walker had a solid day. Max Hairston, he got ate up by T. Higgins for that touchdown. But he's a rookie playing, one of the better receivers in the NFL. The best number 2 receiver in the NFL for sure. There's not even a question. George Pickens, so the second best number 2 receiver in the NFL. Deion Walker, yep, already talked about him. Jordan Hancock in there on special teams, and also in that 2-point conversion where the Bengals tried to go for it. If they'd have got that 2-point conversion, you got to believe that they probably would have gone for the onside kick. But, the Joe Burrow fumbled it, and then Jordan Hancock tried to jump on it, but it was A.J. Epinesa who picked up that fumble. So that's not going to appear on the stat sheet for the Bills because fumbles lost aren't going to be a thing on a special teams play, which 2-point conversion is still considered a special teams play because you can't score a touchdown. Tre'Davious White, man, he got ate up by T. Higgins on that second touchdown. But, again, one of the top number 2 receivers in the NFL, and on any other team, he might be a number 1, like unless it was Dallas, or freaking the Rams, he'd be number 1. Let's see. A.J. Epinesa, interception. Enough said about him. Dorian Williams had a solid day rushing, but he, good tackling. Cam Lewis, in coverage, he was a little bit of a liability. They picked on him a little bit, but he did have a good pass defended in the end zone where Chase Brown almost scored a touchdown. Man. And Jordan Phillips with the tip pass that A.J. Epinesa came down with. What a play by Jordan Phillips. I know a lot of Buffalo Bills fans, aren't big on Jordan Phillips being back on his team, right? Some people are questioning, like, why are we bringing back these older guys? Well, there we go. The Buffalo Bills brought back Jordan Phillips, and he's contributing. He may not be getting the sacks, but he is getting some TFLs, and he is batting balls in the air. If he's not going to get there, he's at least old enough, wise enough, smart enough, and knowledgeable enough to just be able to put his hand up there. And, when that ball's tipped, the tip drill for real is a problem, especially with a guy like A.J. Epinesa, who's known to catch those tip drills. He's not really known to be a fast guy, but he's known really, 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 really within his career to be a guy who can get under the ball when it's tipped in the air. Now, going back to some of the comments here. Jerry Pezzello, or Pezzello, if he's Italian, it's Pezzello, and if he's Hispanic, it's Pezzello. Bills strong second half, absolutely. Killed it. Go Bills, David J. Boyle, hell yeah. Sandra L. King, penalties hurt us, but we got it done. They did hurt us, yeah. But Ryan Vandermark had a rough day with the penalties, but we have Josh Allen, and that dude, he was clutch today. He did not play the Bengals like he played them before. He played them to put them out the playoffs. He played them to get rid of them. Bye, you're out of here. Yeah, you're not winning your division now. See, if I'm under the weather, I might have made my sore throat worse. Hey, it happens. See, no, Dawson Knox isn't a good tight end. The Bengals are the worst team in the NFL defending tight ends. Let's not engage in blatant propaganda here, please. Thank you. You're wrong, first of all. Dawson Knox is definitely a good tight end. If you look at his career before we drafted Dalton Kincaid, he was putting up 700 yards a year and like 8 touchdowns. And then we got Dalton Kincaid, and Dawson Knox was put on the back burner. So you are incorrect with your comments, sir. It is what it is. It's not propaganda. It's facts. You can actually look at the ESPN stat sheet and see that you're wrong. Matter of fact, I'll pull it up myself and break down all of Dawson Knox's season just because you're wrong. Let's see. Dawson Knox. Career stats. Where do I find that? Stats. Scoring. Let's see. 2019. It was 388 yards, 2 tutties. 2020, 288. Then, third year, 587, 9 touchdowns. 2022, 517, 6 touchdowns. Then we drafted Dalton Kincaid. Dropped to 186 and 2 touchdowns, 311 and 1 touchdown, 223 and 1 touchdown. The dude, after his second year, started putting up the numbers. And then we drafted Dalton Kincaid after we paid him. So you're wrong. Sorry. See, this win was worth it, right? Absolutely worth it. Every win's worth it. The Bills won, and wow, what a game. Did the Ravens win? No. No, they did not. Never stop believing. Hell nah. Jacob Spears? No. Okay, yeah. You guys are saying that the Ravens lost, yeah. The Bengals are a heck of a team. They are a heck of a team with Joe Burrow, right? And I don't know why they weren't, doing as well with Joe Flacco, because Joe Flacco was still putting up 30+ a game. Like he was putting up numbers, but that defense sucks. So there's that. Izzy, salute, go Bills. Salute. Santa is. Man, can we ever win a game that doesn't have to be a roller coaster? No, we can't. Not this year. But, yeah. Benford's a dog. You damn right he's a damn dog. Benford had a nice pick six, 67 yards. It was beautiful. He just jumped that route where Chase looked like he was the target on a bubble screen, and he just, took it to the house. What a comeback. Smart playing, head up plays, great game. Let's go Buffalo. Once again, we shot ourselves in the foot with penalties and fumbles by James Cook. Hey, sometimes you fumble in the cold. I don't want to give James Cook an excuse, but that second fumble, they said he reached out. He didn't reach out. Defender just punched the ball while it was in his gut. He was kind of upright, and it came out. Pick six was a game changer. It was changer, and it was. Because right after that, our boy Ebenezer picked one off too. See, but the back-to-back INTs helped us. Yes. See, we did it again. Go Bills. Yes. What's up, bro? Long time no see. Mike, how you doing, baby? But what a game from the defense in the second half. Absolutely. If it wasn't for Benford and AJ getting those interceptions, we would have taken the loss. Hey, take the wins, baby. Take the wins. Yule or Siaga. Bills like these types of games, though. The problem with the Bills is when they play a defensive team, now you have to create offense off the playbook. It was a must-win, but Bengals play no defense. A win is a win, but my concern is when they play a defensive team. I mean, we'll see what happens. See, we need new coaches. All of them except offensive line coach. I disagree, but hey, that's what we're here for. But thank you for the comment, Ed. You cannot keep waiting till the second half to turn the switch on. That's not how the NFL works. It's been working, but I agree with you there. We have to start faster. See, Dawson Knox, one of the better tight ends in the league. I agree. He's not like a top 15 tight end. But he's definitely a good tight end. So anybody who says he's not, you're crazy. Josh Allen ran for 80 yards. Just about. Excuse me. Having Josh Allen doesn't fix the penalties and fumbles. It does not. Knox is great, number 88. I don't know about great, but he's definitely good. I do believe we used our tight ends perfectly today. Absolutely did. Absolutely did. They tried to take away Kincaid, so Knox 8. Simple as that. So agree, but as fans, we know what our team is. Yeah, we do. We do know what our team is. Joey Hatch, now my heart can start again. Absolutely. Margie Cardinal. Yes, very wrong. 88 is good. He's good. See, it's about time. It's about to be some shit next week. Go Bills. Facts. Let's go. Look, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are all awesome. And that game, puckered up my butthole a couple times. When we had that third down at the end there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's freaking 3rd and 15 or 3rd and whatever it was. And Josh Allen just took the ball in his own hands, and the Bengals were playing conservative prevent defense, basically trying to stop our tight ends from continuing to eat them alive. Josh Allen takes the ball and just runs it. There was one defender that might have had a shot, and then he didn't have a shot. And it was glorious. It was glorious. And Matt Prater did not miss an extra point today. So that streak of him missing extra points in games is over. It's over. 63 yards on an interception by Benford. Now, I would have liked to see Epinesa get a few more yards in one, but, the interception itself was good. Ray Davis on kick returns, averaging 21, today per return. And Ty Johnson, he had 23. Shakir, 1 punt return for 9 yards. Everything else was, whatever it was. Matt Prater, again, 1 field goal and 4 extra points, all good. So if you started him on your fantasy team today, you got a little bit from him. What a game, man. What a game. The Buffalo Bills went out there and they handled business. And, it is what it is. Kincaid still got a tutty his first game back. Love to see that, indeed. And, dude, that touchdown pass from Josh to Shakir, like that ball placement with the defender looking away, not seeing that the ball was coming, and just lacing it right in there to Shakir. And then Kincaid getting wide for that touchdown. And then Jackson Hawes, sneaky little devil, isn't he? Just blocking after he comes across the formation. And then he just lets him go and finds a spot in the zone, sits down, catches the ball with his hands. We have 3 good tight ends. And today they were used perfectly. You used Jackson Hawes today all game to block. And then when you needed him most to catch the ball, he caught the ball. Lovely. Trey is not good. Trey is good. Trey is not great. You had Trey one-on-one with T. Higgins. That's not a recipe for success, especially since it looked like it was man coverage. And he thought it was going to be a bubble screen, so he tried to jump it, and then he ended up behind. And he still caught up to T. Higgins because T's not fast. But just he read the wrong thing. And that's on Trey. But he's been playing better of late. Just he's not the same old Trey. He's not going to be. He's 30 years old, 31 years old. I wish he was better than he is, but I wish we had all pro Trey, but that guy doesn't exist anymore. He's older. He's contributing to the team in ways on the field, and he's also contributing in ways, with the rookie, helping him out. And, basically all the rookie DBs, which unfortunately Dorian Strong is out there not being able to play due to the neck injury. I really hope he recovers because he was looking like he could have been a good, a very good rotational cornerback, and just a neck injury like that potentially sidelines his career is not good. See, Izzy, did you change your time on Sunday? I don't. No. So usually I go on at 7, but Built in Buffalo has gone through some changes, and with those changes, I'm doing post game now, right? And usually on Sundays I go on at 7. Usually sometimes we'll have a post game show, but that wasn't working out, and so now I'm just officially taking over post games until something else changes, and I'm fine with that. It gets my show over a little earlier. I can then watch the other games and see where the Buffalo Bills are going to lie within the playoff seating and just enjoy the rest of my Sunday's football, play a little Madden. It's football Sunday. It's the best day of the week. So I'm just happy that things worked out for us today. My man, Saul Richardson. Let's go. Great game indeed. So yeah, definitely getting a Shakir and Benford jersey after today. Dude, Shakir didn't have a big day numbers-wise, but he was clutch. Blocking was excellent. The touchdown was beautiful. Yeah. And then Benford, 2 weeks in a row with a turnover. Benford intercepting, the opposing quarterback 2 weeks in a row, 3 turnovers within these last 2 weeks. He picked up that fumble for a touchdown last week. Benford is he started off the season rough, right? But today he shuts down Jamar Chase whenever he's on him, and then intercepts Joe Burrow for a touchdown. And then last week was just outstanding. So, yeah. So do you think we can get revenge on the Patriots next Sunday? I'm hoping so. I would love to get some revenge on the Patriots. I can't stand the Patriots. I hate them. They stink. Go Bills. Indeed, Mario. Indeed. Focus on the Patriots, get them back. Absolutely. We got to go out there and we got to put it on them. No question about it. The Buffalo Bills defense is playing a lot better, and Drake May is very sackable. And the Bills did get pressure on Joe Burrow today. Drake May is not Joe Burrow, but Drake May is still pretty damn good. And getting pressure on him is going to be key, I believe, in that game. And also, now that we've found success stopping the run, hopefully we can stop the Patriots' run game, because their run game is a little bit more improved now that Ramondre Stevenson's back. And the rookie from Ohio State is outstanding. Hendrick, what's his name? What's the Patriots freaking running back? Let's see, depth chart. Henderson, Trayvon Henderson, playing outstanding ball. Like that dude's fast. So we can't let him get to the second level, because he can outrun the defense. See, Josh was kept clean today. He got sacked 3 times. But for the most part, yeah, and most of those sacks, he didn't even get taken to the ground. Let's see. If we play like we did in the second half against the Bengals, we start against New England, we will win for sure. I agree with that, yeah. Because the Bengals, you look at the first half, like they were up on us, was it 21-11 to start the second half? And I think they said the Bills were 0-8 or something like that when starting off like that, since like Josh Allen was on the team, and we broke that today. But the Bills, fourth quarter, 21 points in the fourth quarter is wild. And we held them to 13 points in the second half, all in the fourth quarter as well. But man, that's a wild game. That's a wild game. The second half of this game was just outstanding. 28 points in the second half, and the Buffalo Bills needed every single one of them. And this is the second team in the AFC North that we did this to this year. Comeback win. We did it to the Ravens, and now we've done it to the Bengals. Happy to get the victory. Hey, Izzy, what a game. Calming my blood pressure down. Yeah, Ms. Nance. Well, I appreciate you being here on YouTube for us. Again, that's Lance Nelson's mama. Wonderful lady. Super nice if you ever meet her. She's a hugger. See, Milano had a few key tackles. He did. Bob, you are correct. He had a few key tackles. Milano is looking more like the old Milano. He's not looking just like the old Milano, but he's looking better. He's looking a lot more disciplined in his routes. He's looking like he's doing his damn thing. So I'm very happy with the way Milano's playing now. Shaq Thompson, though, is the story at linebacker all day, every day. See, Cook didn't have a good game, but he is still awesome. Yards-wise, he had a solid day, but yeah, the 2 fumbles ruined it for him, and he didn't get a touchdown today. Hopefully, he cleans that up. It was a snow day, but I don't care about that. That would be an excuse, and I don't want to give that to him. You know, he wouldn't want to accept it either. He knows what's up. He's an NFL running back. He's one of the best NFL running backs, and that's inexcusable. So, 2 hands on the ball after that, and he was looking a lot better. See, it was a fun game. The Benford pick six had me hollering. Dude, I was out of my seat. If you have me on Facebook, if you're friends with me on Facebook and you go to my stories, I posted the video after that. I was hot. I was up. So I was glad the Bengals missed that 2-pointer too. Yeah, absolutely, because that would have made a lot of difference. You know, they would have been, 36 points instead of 39 or 34, excuse me. And they likely possibly go for the onside kick, which is a low percentage play, but in the snow, the ball's a little slicker. The ball, is a little harder, and sometimes handling is, little more difficult. And if that ball's bouncing on the ground funny, that gives them a better chance, I think. But stopping them there and then recovering that fumble, yeah, absolutely. See, Benford interception got me yelled at by the wife for jumping out of my seat and yelling at the TV. My wife wasn't actually up here with me today. Usually she's up here watching the games with me, but she might be hurting. She's disabled. She got a hip issue, so she chose to stay downstairs today. But I wish she was up here to watch this one. This one was outstanding. It was a fun game, and we got the victory. And I think we all knew that this game was going to be what it is. The Bengals are an outstanding offensive team, and we were going to have to score close to 40 to win this game, and we did have to score close to 40 to win this game. I mean, anytime you score more than 30, you should win the game, which means that the Bengals, in theory, should have won the game, but the Bills scored more over 30, so let's go. Whew. But guys, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy this victory. Tomorrow is another day that we will get to enjoy our Victory Monday, and we're on to the Patriots. So everybody, I love you. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Happy holidays. I'll see you next week. Go Bills.